Luigi Mangione, talking about Luigi Mangione. So today, Pam Bondi, who got roasted today when she made this decision, everybody was like, where's the Epstein files, Pam? But she goes, I don't know where they are. Look, just be thirsty for me. AG Pam Bondi seeks death penalty for Luigi Mangione. This is news, YouTube. Don't suppress me. This is actual news. I'm not threatening anybody's life. Anytime I talk about Luigi Mangione, this stream just dies. His stream just dies because they think I'm like threatening somebody, even though I'm not. Anyway, so here you go. Here is a little video to let you know.
Said Attorney General Pam Bondi has directed prosecutors to seek the death penalty against Luigi Mangione. He's the man charged with killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson on a New York City street back in December. With us now, MSNBC legal analyst Danny Savalas. Danny, good morning. So what is exactly the Justice Department saying, and what are they basing it on?
Well, one of the crimes Mangione is charged with is murder with a firearm, which is a capital offense under federal law. So the death penalty is a possibility. But in federal death penalty cases, it is a two-stage process. The jury not only decides guilt, but then they are the ones who ultimately decide whether the defendant lives or is put to death. It is not the judge that hands out the sentence. That's why death penalty juries have to be qualified, and it's a much more onerous process.
Yeah, so there you go. That's what's going on. I mean, there was really not much news today. There's the possibility, I'll talk about it in a second, but so this was put out today by the Justice of the Department of Justice X feed. Luigi Mangione's murder of Brian Thompson, an innocent man and father of two young children, was premeditated, cold-blooded assassination that shocked America. After careful consideration, I have directed the federal prosecutors to seek the death penalty in this case as we carry out President Trump's agenda to stop violent crime and make America safe again. Now, there is some potential problems, not problems. I mean, this guy is, if he is the actual perpetrator, which there are interesting theories around the fact that he's kind of a patsy or a fall guy because he doesn't match the initial reports of the person that was identified in the crime, and then he was caught at a McDonald's with the manifesto and the weapons and all this other kind of stuff. And so we'll see how that is. Yeah, I don't know why they chose to highlight that. Probably because NBC's anti-gun, so they're gonna try and make it like, ooh, watch out if you use a firearm, unlike in London, if you use a knife, they give you a promotion or a ninja sword until they're outlawed. So there is that. So we have this, but so now the case is going to go to trial, right? So Attorney Pam Bondi on Tuesday directed federal prosecutors seek the death penalty. Let's see. He's Thompson, She said. So when this goes to trial, I have a feeling this is going to go to trial in the middle of the summer. And this is going to be another brick. Yeah, right, Lou, but he's innocent. Lou is killing it over there on Rumble. My Rumblers, y'all join Lou. She's killing it over there with that. So Pam Bondi has put the death penalty on the table. This could be another brick in a potentially violent summer because he is revered by the left. I mean, look at this headline here. I bet you all, we didn't talk about this. Get out of here, New York Post, with your crap. Your ads. I hate all of you. Anyway, California ballot measure named after Luigi Mangione would make it illegal to deny health care coverage. So Californians could soon be voting on a new health care bill. And this was back in 2 days ago? So, no. California could soon be voting on a new health care law named after Luigi Mangione, the Ivy League, blah, blah, blah. The Luigi Mangione Access to Health Care Act was put forward by retired Los Angeles attorney Paul Eisner. Why am I reading that? Because he is a hero to them. And much like the Kyle Rittenhouse case was a tipping point and much like other high-profile cases have led to riots and things, if they put him, if he is found guilty and given the harshest punishment, that could lead to violence in his name. So it's just another fuse that could be used, not meaning to rhyme. It's another fuse that could be a trigger for a violent summer. Because you and I have been talking about the fact that it could get very frosty in the summer. Now, of course, when we talk about health insurance, we blame the federal government for getting its grubby hands in there and mucking up the process and making healthcare coverage more expensive and more cost prohibitive than it actually should be. So it is interesting in that regard to seeing all this. So this came out today. We're just kind of steadily rolling towards this trial. And it's just something we have to keep our eye on. Because with this and the Elon Musk protests and the potential conflict with Iran that people think is right around the corner, you know, military groups being dispatched to the Gulf, you know, targeting of certain military bases, all of these things that is not, nothing is confirmed, but there's a lot of whispers. There seems to be a lot of whispers and things going around about a potential conflict in Iran. That could be another thing that could be a trigger for a violent summer. So I'm just trying to lay out pieces and lay out some stuff like, hey, I don't know, but this man has inspired so much devotion. I was about to say devotion on the left, that if he is found guilty and it is given the harshest sentence possible, it could result in some pretty, I don't want to say tragic, but some recourse from the left. And I'm not talking about dancing in front of Tesla dealerships. I'm talking about actual violent recourse that I don't want to see, and I don't think anybody wants to see. But that's that could be a possibility.